Good afternoon, groovy citizens, and happy Thankful Thursday. I don't know about you all, but I am thankful just for waking up this morning. I'm thankful for having a roof over my head. I'm thankful for food in my refrigerator. I'm thankful for a job to go to. I'm thankful for clothes to put on my back and shoes to put on my feet. I'm thankful even for the socks that I have in my drawer that don't even match, but they're the same color. When I say they don't match, meaning one may be a Reebok and one may be a Nike, but guess what? They're both black ankle socks and I can still wear them. Won't he do it, y'all? But anyway, so today is Thankful Thursday. So hopefully you all have something or some things to be thankful for. Everybody should have something or some things to be thankful for, even some people that you're thankful for. I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful for my friends. I'm thankful for those individuals that support my podcast and my YouTube channel. I'm thankful for people that I haven't even met yet. Isn't that something when you can thank people that you haven't even met yet? But anyway, so before I jump into today's topic, y'all, let me just tell you, this morning, well, yesterday I chipped a nail and I said, well, maybe I can just put a little glue under it so that, it doesn't come off, because now let me just say this, these are my nails, but I get the acrylic put on them to keep them strong, because without them, like this one right here, this is not this is my ring finger, y'all. It's not the other finger. But this one right here, I had to peel it off, and it's a little sore, but it's quite soft. And so that's why I like to get acrylic on my own nails, because for various reasons, because I can, do more with them. And plus they grow so fast. So I just had to cut them all down because they were getting a little too long. And this one I had hit and chipped yesterday, and when I tell y'all, I had to sit and pry that acrylic off. Like I said, you can't really see it, but it's kind of uneven. It's a little, some of the acrylic is still at the top, but it's still a little sore. So I'll put a band-aid on it. Thank God Ryan is going to see me at 1 o'clock to get these nails done, and I'm thinking about getting red, not like a bright red, because red is really not my color, but I'm thinking about getting a red, for the holidays. I thought about a green. I thought, yeah, green's not really my color either, so we'll find a red, maybe a red with some glitter in it. I don't know, we'll see. But anyway, it's nice outside, you guys. It is actually 66 degrees. It felt good when I walked out. There's a squirrel in my driveway, which is why I don't have a coat on. I just put my little fleece pullover on. So let's jump into today's topic. Oh my God, y'all, this thing blessed me. This thing blessed me so much. I saw a clip on Instagram yesterday, and Bishop T.D. Jakes was preaching, and he talked about a prison of your patterns. A prison of your patterns. And when I tell you, I must have watched that thing probably about 4 or 5 times before I went to bed, because it was just so powerful. And I said, I want to talk about that and share it with you. And so he says, an inflection point is where you break out of the prison of patterns. Some people do everything the same way, and we all know people like that. And I know I have a bad habit of doing certain things the same way. They eat at the same place. They go to church the same way. Come on, somebody. They go to the same grocery store, and anytime somebody's trying to do a hit on you, it's easy to do when you have a pattern. That's why it's advised, especially for women, but I would imagine for anybody, that you might not want to go home the same way all the time, because you just, in this crazy world that we live in, you just never know who's watching you. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's good to take different routes home. Excuse me. It's good to not always go to the same grocery stores. And let me share a story with you real quick before I go on. Put a pin right here. I remember years ago, a guy that I was friends with on LinkedIn, or not LinkedIn, on Instagram, excuse me, happened to come past Gold's Gym. And he said, it's nice to finally meet you. Now, I didn't know this guy, and I didn't think he knew me either. So I just said, well, that's great. I said, but where do I know you from? He said, we're friends on Instagram. I said, what's your name? So I pulled it up on my phone. I showed up. There he was. And I said, oh, okay, well, it's nice to meet you. He said, I'm really inspired by watching your workouts and, your progress and your powerlifting and all of that. And then something in my mind clicked. And I said, how did you know I was going to be here, though? And you know what he told me? He said, because you post your workout videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday around the same time. And he doesn't even live in the DMV area, but he happened to be here visiting family. He said, and it was a Friday. He said, so I was taking a chance to come in here and maybe I would run into you. And I was both flattered and a little creeped out because I thought, wow. So he was really paying attention to my pattern. That's how he knew I was going to be there at that time. So that's why I said we have to be careful about patterns. Sometimes breaking the pattern is breaking the vulnerability to have an inflection point where you get out of the reach of your attackers. Again, changing up your pattern. Here we are getting ready to go into a new year. Excuse me, all my sinuses are draining. Without a new plan. Can I say that one more time? We're getting ready to go into a new year without a new plan. Some people are. Not me, but some people are. We think that January 1st is a magic number that we can use and immediately everything is going to be new because the calendar changed. But if the calendar changes and you don't change, come on somebody, then you don't have a new year. You just got a new day. Oh, come on somebody. Come on somebody, because some people think that way. It's January 1st. It's a new year. So new me, new year, whatever that saying goes. But if you don't have a plan to do something different than you did the previous year, then you don't have a new plan. All you have is just another day. You have to watch the patterns of the past to determine what needs to be broken so that you can really have a new year and not just another day on the calendar. Again, this is by Bishop T.D. Jakes, and I'm going to make sure I post that in the description box because I want you all to really think about that. Now, I am headed, and don't judge me, y'all, because I don't judge you. I'm headed to McDonald's because I want a sweet tea. And so that's where I'm headed to. But again, like I said, don't judge me because I don't judge you. But let's talk about that. Let's unpack that for a little bit for the time that we have left. But we do have to really think about breaking out of our patterns. And the one pattern that just popped into my mind, even as I said that, was the pattern of some people have, ooh, dare I say it, somebody's gonna be mad at me, but it's all right. Some of y'all have a pattern, and that's why you keep dating the same type of people. Maybe not the same person, of course, but the same type of people. Some people have a habit of dating folks that are projects. That's what I call them. And what do I mean by that? Well, when I say they're a project, meaning that some people love to date folks that are broken, and you want to fix them. Because I'm that kind of person. I call myself the fixer, or I used to anyway, because I always wanted to fix people's problems. But I realized that that's not my job. That's God's job. All I need to do is just pray for you and point you in the right direction. But I can't take on everybody's problems because it became very draining for me. But some people like projects. They love getting with broken people. They love getting with people who keep a lot of drama with them. They love people who are just not necessarily fully independent, that are always in need of something. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I know people like that, and to me that's a problem. But that's a pattern that you have, and then you sit back and you say, Lord, why am I always meeting the wrong guy or the wrong woman? Well, because that's a pattern that you've developed, and you seem to, I don't know, these people seem to be gravitated to you because that's just what you do, and you've got to figure out how to, because I don't know what to tell you about that one, but you've got to figure out how to break out of that pattern. You really do. And then some people have a pattern, as Bishop T.D. Jakes said, they go to church and they go into the church the same way all the time, meaning they come into church always with their hand out asking God, give me this, or do this for me, but they're never going to church praying for somebody else. I have times that even though I may have a need, I might not even open my mouth to ask for whatever it is that I want. Not that I can't. But I like to go in church praying for other people. Like when I get up in the morning, I pray for the world. I pray for everybody that's getting up, headed to their jobs. I pray for those that are job hunting, that they'll get that phone call saying that, hey, we want to hire you, or we want to interview you. I pray for others. I don't always just come into the church with my hand out asking God for stuff without first thanking him, because some people have a pattern of that too. Some people come to church and they feel entitled. You know, they come to church and they'll give you the stink eye of you sitting in their seat, because that's their seat. And we all have met people like that. Well, I'm here to tell you, if I get in that seat before you do, your name is not on this seat. That seat is open to anybody that chooses to come and worship. So, but you have some people that come to church with ugly attitudes. And you're like, ooh, maybe you should stay at home. But it is what it is. And so all I'm saying is, if you have, like, I know my dad, perfect example. My dad goes to the same grocery store, bless his heart, and he always parks, if he can, in the same spot or in that area, because it's right by the cart, what do you call it, the cart return thing. Oh my God, come on, people. But that's just his thing. That's what he likes to do. And, it is what it is. But, we do have to change up our patterns. Okay? So just think about that. Let that marinate in your spirit as you go through the rest of the day, and actually just going through the rest of your life. Just think about the patterns in your life that you need to change. And something else just came to me too when I was looking at this little what is this, Chevy something now, this a lime green car. But anyhow, some people have a pattern of always giving. And there's nothing wrong with giving. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with giving. But there is a problem when you're always giving and you're not receiving anything in return. I'll be daggone if I'm going to get into a relationship and I'm constantly giving and giving and giving and I'm not getting anything in return. That's a problem, y'all. That is a whole problem right there. At that point, you're just being used. That's not about, trying to score brownie points with God. You are just being used. And so you've got to break out of that pattern of allowing people to use you. Okay, so y'all think about that. So that's it, you guys. That's really all I have. I just wanted to talk about patterns and how we need to break away from some of the patterns that we've allowed ourselves to fall into, because, well, for various reasons. We're there for various reasons. Sometimes it's comfortable, and a lot of people don't like to step outside of their comfort zone. Sometimes it's all we know. And so we don't know how to do anything else. But I want you to really look at your life and see where you have patterns that you've fallen into, and see how you can break some of those patterns. Because I can promise you, just as sure as I'm sitting here in this McDonald's line, we're going to back up and go on the other side, because Myrtle Jean, I guess, I'm not quite sure what she wants to order here. I just want me 2 iced teas. But I can assure you, this is just as sure as I'm sitting here in this McDonald's drive-thru, that if you break out of those patterns, better things are waiting for you. But you're not going to be able to receive them if you don't let go of the patterns that you're holding on to. Really think about that. So that's it, you guys. That's my time. That's all I have. If you're new to watching my videos, I want to say welcome, welcome, welcome. So glad to have you here. If you this not, do you like one second. No, thank you. I just need two large sweet teas, one with no ice.
Okay, anything else for you?
Nope, that's it.
Okay, 274 for $1.
Thank you. Cut all into my closure, y'all. But anyway, if this is not your first rodeo, I want to say welcome back. I missed you guys. So glad to see you. And I want y'all to go out there and do some amazing things, but break loose of some of them patterns, because some of them patterns have been holding y'all for a while now, and it's time you let them go. So until our next car conversation, I may do one tomorrow. We'll see. I know I normally do one on Fridays, but I missed yesterday, so we'll see. But anyway, until our next car conversation, I love you all to the moon and back. Always remember that I love you even when nobody else likes you. Until next time, take care.
You had so sweet.